It's sort of amazing what they've created here. Farmscape does residential edible landscaping. If you've got a backyard or front yard that you want to grow food in, you call us, we show up, we check out your site, and then we build the beds, which we can customize to any space. We have our own building crew. We fill it with our soil blend that we've tested and love and rely on. We put in drip irrigation and we plant it. And then you can subscribe to a farmer to come weekly or seasonally to manage that garden for you.
Farmscape's a business that I built with some college friends back in 2008. It was an outgrowth of an environmental analysis project. The model was that we wanted to build and maintain vegetable gardens for homes.
We both like the outdoor lifestyle. We also like the idea of being able to grow a lot of our own food. We knew Asher was coming, and we thought it would be a great way for him to grow up learning how to do chores, that your food isn't made in the back of a grocery store, just all the good things that you assume kids learn on a farm. We thought he could learn on a mini farm.
Thank you. And then, and then they advise us on how to.
Can I read this to you?
Yeah, honey. I'm sorry, you guys. Farmer Dan, can we press you into service?
And Farmer Dan's going to show you, take you to eat tomatoes in the garden, and he's going to read the book to you.
Oh, it's a carrot.
Our mission is to connect urban residents to their food. We think of what we do as much or more experiential than it is about food production. So it's really about that relationship, and it's something that goes into both how we've crafted our business model and how we select our staff. So our office is in the Highland Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, so over in East LA. But we're really pleased to be at the space we're at. It's All Saints Episcopal Church, and there's a number of different great organizations at the site who we kind of share space with. We have an outdoor nursery space that we use pretty heavily this time of year. In addition to that, we have an outdoor storage area where most of our crews start in the morning. So we have a couple E350 vans with our logo on the outside that will load up with tools first thing in the morning and send out to job sites. And then we also have our bagged organic soil that we used for all of our projects.
Oh yeah, I'll grab one for you real quick, yeah.
Not have any in the container? No. Say hi to Matthew.
Hello. Sitting with the sun higher overhead, just shade themselves out more. Okay.
Every time we hire a new farmer, they'll do ride-alongs with other farmers. So they'll go and they'll see what a day looks like for a Farmscape farmer. There's sort of an unofficial mentorship program kind of in place. Like if somebody's worked on the farm with me and then they eventually go on to have their own route, if they have a question, sometimes they might come to me before they throw it out to the whole group or before they go to one of their bosses. And we like that. We like that people are calling each other and communicating. So I guess that would be categorized as like education. We love talking to people about how I do the job that I do.
So one thing you can mark out today once you're in the space is where you would want your tomatoes, cucumbers, beans going. We actually have a term for a lot of our residential clients. We encourage them to work with us for a while, and if they feel like they have it down, to fire us at that point. We call that graduating. So when people have kind of developed that skill set that they don't need our help anymore, we consider that a huge success, even if they're not technically a client at that point.
I think we learn something every week, which is one of my favorite parts of working with Farmscape. I think Farmscape brings so much knowledge to the process, but then There have been a few other things where we kind of burrow down a rabbit hole of information that we then share back with them, but they're so collaborative and wonderful, and they sort of take our idea and investigate it and plus it up.
I think there's a bunch of reasons that urban agriculture is important. We're growing food locally, we're cutting down on food miles, we're using drip irrigation to be super water efficient. The food doesn't need to be transported anywhere, it's right on somebody's doorstep. The other thing is, particularly in dense urban environments, we design things to be low maintenance, and food gardens, both to a fault and to their credit, are high maintenance dynamic spaces. And my experience and our clients' experience is that just enriches life.
It's absolutely been like a life enhancer in a big way. Now that there's this committed space and it's planted out and there's always something growing in there that we can eat, it's definitely become part of our Sunday ritual.
You want the good one?
I'm way more conscious of food waste now that we have our garden, like in a huge way, because you just spend so much time and personal investment in making sure that this plant grows. And if there's some reason that we can't use one of the vegetables, or if I drop a tomato, it's like, oh no! Hold the bottom. Oops. Also, Asher's learning about where food comes from. He learns that you don't pick a tomato when it's green, you pick it when it's orange or red or whatever it's supposed to be. And he's learning to try different things. He tried arugula, and I think he would not have tried that or been so open to it had it not come from the garden, which he associates with this sort of like magical, wonderful place. He gets to dig and help plant things. So he's still really little, but it's absolutely made an impact on him that he has a stronger connection to the food process, which we love.
If kids grow up around food and having the experience of cultivating food, it's just a much better way. It's, the carrot and not the stick, if you will, to get them to eat healthy. So you have just an excitement about food. You get them to try stuff that they might not normally try, and you realize that you actually do enjoy those things. One of the things we noticed, and one of the reasons we built the business model, was there was a lot of energy to start these projects and not a lot of energy to follow through on them. So one of our goals was to cultivate that stewardship of the spaces, where we're not just doing the maintenance or the care for the plots, but you actually have folks who are learning alongside us and using it like a tutorial so that they can pick up those skill sets and either apply them at that site, whether it's a business or a school or a home, or somewhere else.
The thing I like is that it really does remind you to slow down, because we have pretty hectic lives, and there's those moments when you're just out there and you're picking things, and then you're chopping up your things for a salad or whatever it is, where it just gives you time to take a beat, take a breath, and spend a little time together.
Seeing something huge and productive grow from a single seed is mind-blowing every time. And to be able to do something over and over and over again and still have it feel totally amazing it's crazy. It's crazy good.
Once I was a stone, many years ago, until I pulled what's wrong, many years ago.